Hello, and welcome to the beach. Or at least this fun backdrop gives us the idea of being at the beach. Welcome to our core and balance flow today. So, after we're done swimming, let's start in child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch. Bring your knees out as wide as your mat if that's comfortable. Walk your fingertips all the way out in front of you and rest your forehead onto your mat. Let's start with a couple deep breaths here in through your nose and out through your mouth. On the next one, let's start to cultivate our Ujjayi breath. So keep your lips sealed, breathe in through your nose deeply, and exhale out your nose, making an oceanic sound appropriately with the back of your throat. On the next breath in, slowly start to roll yourself up to a tabletop position and tuck your toes, send your hips high for our first downward facing dog. Press your thumb and your fingers into the mat. Spread your shoulder blades apart and wrap them around down towards your ribs. Feel free to walk out this first downward facing dog, bending one knee at a time and straightening the other. Maybe your hips will go from side to side. Get nice and loose. Ripple slowly like water into a high plank, stacking your joints. And then exhale back to downward dog. Let's do that again with your breath. Inhale. Roll forward into a high plank. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. And exhale, press it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shake your head out. If it's a little tense, shake the stress away. Inhale, look towards your hands. Travel there for ragdoll pose. Your feet are a little wider than your hips. Grab opposite elbows and sway from side to side. Rock forward gently onto the balls of your feet, letting your hamstrings catch you. Slowly release your fingertips to your mat, heel toe your feet together. Inhale up for halfway lift, planting your hands on your thighs or your shins. Flat back, lift your chest, draw your shoulder blades down and back. And then exhale, forward fold, drop your head and neck. Inhale, bend your knees a lot, sweep your arms up for mountain pose. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale here for halfway lifts. Exhale, plant your hands. Step it back to high plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, lower all the way to the ground. Place your fingertips under your shoulders for cobra, pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. Lift your chest and exhale, slowly lower. Push yourself all the way back to child's pose for a breath. And inhale, come forward into downward facing dog. Look towards your hands, step there. Sweep your arms up for mountain pose. Maybe you do a little back bend here if it feels good. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant. Let's lower all the way again. You can drop your knees, nice and controlled. Fingertips under your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra. Your neck is long, create length in your spine. And exhale, sit it back, child's pose. Inhale, up through tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Look towards your hands, step, hop, or float. Inhale, sweep your arms up for mountain. And exhale, going back down, forward fold. Relax your head. Inhale, lift up for halfway lift. Quick breath here. And exhale, back down to cobra. Lower all the way. Inhale, lift your chest, fingertips under your shoulders. And exhale, lower down. Push yourself all the way up to a plank this time. Nice strong hold here. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg and then bring your knee to your nose and squeeze, hold here. Engage your deep core muscles. Bringing your knee now to the right tricep. Inhale, lift it back. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee to your left tricep. Squeeze. Good. Nice and tight. Inhale, lift your leg up. Exhale, drop it. Let's do the other leg. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Bring your left knee to your left tricep. Squeeze your obliques here, pressing the ground away. Almost dome out your spine. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Squeeze here. Inhale, lift your leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, opposite tricep. Left knee to right tricep, squeeze. Inhale, send it back. And exhale, plant your foot down. From here, take a nice deep breath in. Lift your right leg again. We're going to draw a box with our knee. Squeeze, bring your knee into your right tricep or your right wrist. Then bring it up to your right tricep or armpit. Across to your left and down to your left wrist. Hover. Create a box shape with your knee, engaging your abs, bringing the pit of your belly in and up, squeezing and pushing the ground away as you make this box shape. One more time. Inhale up and send it back, three-legged down dog. Exhale, let's switch legs. Lift your left leg, three-legged down dog, and bring your knee towards your left tricep, then down towards your left wrist, across to your right wrist, up to your left tricep, and back over to your left tricep. Draw that box 2 more times, engaging the core. And send your leg back all the way up, three-legged down dog. Inhale, back to down dog. Exhale, step towards your hands, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up, mountain pose. Maybe you take a little back bend here if you want. Exhale, forward fold, drop your head and neck. Inhale for halfway lift again. Exhale, hands plant, and maybe you hop back into chaturanga this time. Elbows bend 90 degrees. Push your chest up, shine your chest, draw your shoulder blades down and back. Lift your gaze for upward facing dog. Your thighs are off the ground. And then exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips high, down dog. From here, we're going to inhale, lifting our right leg. Step it between your hands for runner's lunge, and then release your back foot and your back leg to the mat. Stay here or sweep your arms up. Maybe you take a little tricep stretch here, hands together, bend your elbows, and lift your chest. Then send it back to down dog. Let's do the other side. Lift your left leg, step it between your hands, drop your back right foot. Stay there, sweep your arms up. Little tricep stretch here, lift your chest, lift your gaze. This feels good in the hips. Exhale, hands plant, tuck your toes, send it back, down dog. Take a deep breath in here, cleansing breath in through your nose, and then out through your mouth. From here, hover down to tabletop, so your knees aren't quite touching the mat, but you're engaging your core here. Let's take another one. Inhale, lower your knees as if you were in tabletop. Make sure your joints are all stacked. Squeeze the pit of your belly in and up. Yeah, you feel that. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do one more. Inhale, lower your knees, hover, and let's start to move. Bring your knees to chest as if we're doing some sort of version of a mountain climber. Only I find this one to be a little more challenging because it's slow and controlled. Exhale, send it back, down dog. Step, hop, or float towards your hands. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, mountain pose. Little baby back bend here. And shake it out. Let's reset. Inhale for mountain. Bring your arms up. Exhale. Release your hands down to the mat. Drop your head and neck. Inhale up for halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, chaturanga. Step or hop it back. Shift forward, lower your elbows 90 degrees. Inhale, flip your toes, upward facing dog. Lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right foot, step it between your hands, runner's lunge, and then come up to crescent lunge. So my front leg is a 90-degree bend. Your knee is over your ankle. Back leg is straight. Your heel is lifted over your toes, and your arms are up. Inhale, shift your body forward, hinge your torso forward, and release your arms down and back, airplane lunge. So from here, we're going to work on some balance challenging poses. Sweep your arms up into single leg mountain. Bring your left leg up, standing on your right. Squeeze your glutes. And exhale for warrior three. Send your left leg back in space. Flex your foot, point your toes down towards the mat to avoid your hip opening up. You want to keep both hip bones facing the ground. You can do a slight bend in that standing leg. Engage your core and keep your chest lifted. From here, inhale back into single leg mountain, lift the left leg. And let's try to either stay here or let's play with some more balance. So extend your left leg forward. Maybe you want to pulse it up for a little extra work here. Again, feel free to stay in that single leg mountain. Or come with me, bend your knee, and then extend it out to the side. So your left knee is out to the side here. Playing with some balancing poses here. Take your peace fingers around your big toes. And feel free to extend your leg. As you can see, I'm still working on this one. Feel free to extend your leg or stay where you were and hold that pose. Otherwise, take another couple breaths here. Play with this. It's important to keep your chest lifted, lengthen through the crown of your head, and keep your core engaged here. That will help your balance. Slowly bring it back to center, and then send your leg back into warrior three. With control, we're going to drop down into crescent lunge. And exhale, let's flow, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's repeat this on the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg, bring it to a runner's lunge. Exhale, sweep it up, crescent lunge. Hold and breathe here for a couple breaths. Spin your tailbone down, create some space in your hips. Pull your shoulders down and back, and set them into their space. Exhale, hinge forward into airplane lunge, palms facing down. Lift your chest. Keep your head straight, your neck straight, in line with your spine. There should be an imaginary line through the top of your head out the bottom of your foot. Inhale, sweep it up, single leg mountain, right leg lifts. Hold here for another breath. Squeeze your butts. And exhale, send it back, warrior three. Keep those toes pointed down. Close your right hip, bring it down in space so they're even. Active fingers here, active arms. So straighten your arms and flex your triceps. Inhale up through single leg mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's play or stay where you were. Inhale, let's lift the leg straight out in front of you for a few pulses here. Waking up the hip flexors, strengthening them. Inhale, send your knee out to the side. Peace fingers wrapped around your big toe. Or you can grab your ankle or your shin. And let's play with extending your leg out to the side. Or hold your single leg mountain pose, whether your knee is in front or off to the side of you. I think this side's my better side. I'm moving around here, showing off a little bit. Inhale, back to center. Exhale. Warrior three, with control, step it back to crescent lunge. Let's flow. Hands plant. Send it back, hinge forward, bend your elbows 90 degrees. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, look towards your hands, step, hop, or float, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, step it back or hop out to chaturanga with control. Inhale, lift, squeeze your kneecaps, lift your thighs off the ground, or lift your kneecaps, and then back to down dog. Let's lift your right leg, step it between your hands, come up for a crescent lunge again. Settle into this pose, hinge forward, airplane lunge, airplane arms, and then sweep into your mountain pose. We're going to flow with this now. One breath, one movement. Exhale, hands to heart center. Extend your leg. Inhale, bend your knee. Exhale, send it out to the side. Stay there or try your extension again. Your leg extension, single leg. There we go. Nailed it. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale with control, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands plant, step it back, chaturanga. Feel free to do ekapada, lifting your right or left leg with these chaturangas. That's fun to do. Make sure you squeeze your glutes. Left side, lift your left leg, step it between your hands. Inhale, come up to crescent lunge. And exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale, sweep your arms up, lift your right leg for single leg mountain, standing weight on your left. Micro bend here in the standing leg, squeeze your butts. Extend your right leg out straight in front of you. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Extend out to the side if you want. And then inhale back to center. And exhale. Yep, nailed it. Totally nailed it. Back to warrior three. Inhale with control, crescent lunge. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands plant, send it back. Ekapada, squeeze your leg, lift it up. And inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Shoo, hop, step, float towards your hands. Inhale up for mountain. Exhale, down, forward fold. And lower into a tiny little ball. Lift your heels. Exhale, lift your hips, forward fold. Let's do that again. Inhale, squeeze into a little ball. Exhale, lift your hips, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, squeeze into a little ball. Lift your heels. And exhale, forward fold. You should feel some serious improvement in your length in the back of your legs here and your hamstrings now that they're warm. Let's send it back to a ball. Drop your knees to the mat and crawl it back into tabletop. Let's take the next few breaths to reset our spine and do some cat-cows. So inhale, lift your gaze, drop your belly, and exhale, round your back, drop your head. Flexing and extending the spine, moving your head from side to side, wiggling your hips from side to side to create some more length in the side bodies as well. Take whatever kind of moves feel good here with your breath for the next few breaths. From here, let's sit it back. Work on a little bit more core strength here. So your feet are planted on the ground, your knees are bent. Lift your chest, lift your gaze with control, lower until you feel your abs engage. Then play with lifting one foot and then the other. See how that feels. See what different muscles you start to feel in those core muscles. We're getting deep into those intrinsic core abdominals, the transverse abdominis here. Play with different leg movements. Maybe you lift one, maybe you lift the other, maybe you lift both. Option also to bring your fingertips, tempt them behind you and lift both legs. So take whatever form you need to here to keep your posture and your length in your torso. And then let's make Charlie's Angels fingers and go to the right and then go to the left. So the outside of the right thigh and the outside of the left thigh. Either leave your feet on the ground or lift them up like I'm doing here. And try to keep your back as straight as possible, lifting through your chest, engaging your abs. Shaking is good, means you're alive. Pew, 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 pew. It helps if you make those noises, by the way. It helps overcome the pain. Ooh, that burned. All right, bring your knees in, roll back and forth into a tiny little ball, massage out your spine. All right, let's work some more core. Lay all the way on your back. Bring your knees above your hips. Option to keep them next to each other, like so. Or if you want a little more, eagle legs, cross your right over your left. Keep that 90-degree bend in your knees. And then bring your right arm underneath your left for eagle pose crunches. Extend and bring your elbows to your knees. Extend, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, crunch. It's important here as you do this to make sure your low back stays in contact with the mat. If it's lifting too much or you feel any sort of pain, uncross your legs and make a little bit less of a crunch, less movement here. So don't fully extend all the way. All right, let's do the other side. Uncross your legs, rock and roll back and forth, massage out your low back again, and then cross your left over your right. And then your left arm goes underneath your left. Eagle arms. Again, regular crunches here if this doesn't work for you. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, crunch. Few more here. With your breath, imagine pulling your belly button down towards the mat so it touches the mat. Physically impossible, but it's a good cue. Inhale and exhale, release. Grab your knees, roll from side to side. We got one more. Inhale, stretch, arms up over the head, legs long. And exhale, let's bring the legs up the imaginary wall, hands by your ears, create some length in your neck. And exhale, we're going to drop your right leg and then left leg and spin your opposite elbow towards the opposite knee for straight leg bicycle crunches. Again, make sure your back is in contact with your mat. Pull your belly button towards the mat. If this doesn't work for you or you're experiencing any low back pain, bend your knees like this. And then extend your legs straight out in front of you. If this doesn't work for you, feel free to keep your knees bent and just do the twist at the top. Important to keep your knees where they are and not bring your knee to your elbow with those. Good job. Let's release your feet to the floor. Prepare for bridge pose. Inhale here. If you want to shake your hips out from side to side, apparently I decided I need a little extra back release here. All right, bring your heels towards your fingertips. Inhale, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Feel free to bring in your hands underneath your back, interlock your fingers, creating more space in your front side body and your chest. This is a nice heart opener, shoulder stretch. Press into your feet here, squeeze your glutes, and then slowly with control release all the way to your mat. Release your grip. Take a deep breath in and cleansing exhale. All right, lift your hips again, bridge pose. Hold and squeeze here. Lift your right leg, shifting the weight over into your left, and either stay there or feel free to add a little extra spice to it and pulse. Talk about a booty burn. Let's switch legs. Inhale, exhale, press it up. Keep your leg nice and straight as if you're stomping on the ceiling. And again, if that doesn't work for you, you can either hold the leg or hold another bridge pose. Exhale, release all the way to the ground. Knock your knees together for fallen bridge. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Hold and breathe here. Start to relax your body. Relax your nervous system and your mind. From here, let's bring the legs up for happy baby. Bring the knees in towards the armpits or your ribs. Grab the bottom of your feet, ankles, or your shins. Reset your spine. Rock back and forth, side to side if you wish. Or stay still. Squeeze your knees into your chest one last time. Drop them over to the left. Look right for supine twist. Your arms are in a T on either side of you. Or you can goalpost your arms. That works too. Feel a nice twist in your low back and your thoracic spine area. If looking to the right is too much, bring your gaze to the center. Inhale, bring your knees into your chest. Rock over to the other side. From here, bring your knees into your chest again. Squeeze into a tight little ball. Give yourself a little snuggle and then release into final Shavasana, resting pose. Take up as much space as you need here. Relax everything. Let it melt into the mat. Thank you so much for joining me. Take as much time as you need here, and I'll see you next time.